Live from New Delhi, you're watching DT India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh, coming up in the next hour. Counting of votes underway in 4 Indian states. 10 show its advantage BJP in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. BJP takes lead in Indian state of Chhattisgarh, Congress ahead in Telangana. Philippine forces on high alert after bomb kills 4 people, wounds several during a Catholic mass. Euro 2024 draw ceremony held in Hamburg, Germany for one-month tournament to be held in Munich in June. Counting of votes is underway for assembly elections in Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan and Telangana. Polling in these states were held last month along with Mizoram. Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, is set to win all 3 Hindi heartland states where it was in a direct contest with the Congress. In Madhya Pradesh, the ruling BJP is all set for a comeback as it has crossed the halfway mark to form the next government. Currently, it is leading in 166 seats while the Congress is leading on just 62 seats. After what appears to be a resounding victory in Madhya Pradesh Assembly elections, Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan said people have given their blessing to the double-engine government in the state.
हमने समाज के हर वर्ग के कल्याण के लिए जो योजनाएं बनाई, चाहे वो लाडली बहना योजना हो, मुख्यमंत्री सीखो कमाओ योजना हो या केंद्र की योजनाओं का जो योग्य क्रियान्वयन किया, डबल इंजन की सरकार के काम को जनता ने आशीर्वाद दिया है। मध्य प्रदेश में कोई एंटी इनकम्बेंसी नहीं थी। कांग्रेस के लोग कहते थे एंटी इनकम्बेंसी, और यहाँ तो जनता के प्यार की प्रो इनकम्बेंसी थी और भरपूर प्यार आज मध्य प्रदेश की जनता ने लुटाया है। मैं मध्य प्रदेश की जनता को दोनों हाथ जोड़ के प्रणाम करता हूँ।
On the election results in 4 Indian states, Union Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh said, rising above caste and religion, people have voted for Prime Minister Modi.
पिछले कई वर्षों से एक के बाद एक मोदी जी ने जो भी नई पहल की, जो भी नया इनिशिएटिव लिया, उसमें वोट की राजनीति से ऊपर उठ करके लोगों के विवेक पर छोड़ दिया कि अब आप निर्णय करिए, हम उन तक पहुंचेंगे जिनको हमारी आवश्यकता है, या जहां कोताही रहेगी उसकी पूर्ति करेंगे। चाहे वो उज्ज्वला की योजना थी तो जो ज़रूरतमंद हमारी बहन थी उस तक गैस का सिलेंडर पहुंचा, ये नहीं पूछा कि आपने वोट किसको दिया, ये नहीं पूछा कि आपका धर्म जात मजहब क्या है। इसी तरह शौचालयों का था, सुविधा भी दी, सम्मान भी दिया, सुरक्षा भी थी, स्वच्छता भी दी, स्वास्थ्य भी दिया। और मैं तो कहूँगा कि इस चुनाव से एक बार फिर से प्रमाणित हो गया कि मोदी जी एक वो डोर है, ये नाम जो सारे देश को एक धागे में बांधता है, उत्तर हो के दक्षिण, पूर्व हो के पश्चिम, पूर्व उत्तर हो।
India's Union Minister and BJP party leader Piyush Goyal said people of 4 elections of the state have given their blessings to the Prime Minister.
प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के विश्वास पर, उनकी गारंटी पर भारत के 4 राज्यों की जनता ने फिर एक बार अपना आशीर्वाद प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी को दिया है। आप गहराई से देखें तो ये सामान्य विजय नहीं है। मध्य प्रदेश में ऐतिहासिक बढ़त हुई है भाजपा की। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के प्रति लोगों का विश्वास दिनों दिन बढ़ते जा रहा है। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी जो कहते हैं वो करते हैं, ये बात लोगों के जहन में आ गई है।
And DD India correspondent Srikanth Sukumar joins us live from Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. Srikanth, it appears like a landslide victory for the BJP in Madhya Pradesh. Help us understand the factors, the issues that help BJP gain such an edge.
Absolutely, Shivendu. Right now, we would like to tell the viewers that as of now, the official results for 7 assembly seats have been announced. Now, out of these 7 seats, 5 have gone in the BJP's corner. So, what we can safely assume is now the trends are what, it will be translated into the results very soon. Now, coming to the factors which help the BJP win is, it can be a variety of things. The fact that the people, they voted for the double engine government, as they have been saying, the double engine ki sarkar, which has both the central and the state government working in tandem to, ensure the developmental goals and work constantly for the welfare of the people. Possibly that is the message which hit home with the people. And they, as they have been saying earlier, it's the magic of PM Modi along with the organizational skills of, the Home Minister, who has been literally camping in the state of Madhya Pradesh for the last couple of months. He has been overseeing the picking of the candidates for the tickets, and, he has deputed 2 central ministers who oversaw the entire campaign. It was the BJP's organizational skills, I believe, which is, it emphasized, the BJP to get a resounding thumping victory in the elections, casting aside all poll predictions, and, there were the exit polls which said, okay, maybe it would be a tight contest, it would be a tight finish, but, all that went out for a toss because it turned into a one-sided match, with the BJP walking home with the honors.
Right. Srikanth, also a win as big as what BJP is moving towards in Madhya Pradesh also calls for celebration and the leader who will finally wear the crown of the chief minister. What are you learning about the final decision of the BJP? Shivraj Singh Chauhan, of course, is saying that it's a double-engine government that got us the votes. But what lies ahead?
Yeah, that's what, the BJP has been, very careful about this fact, that's been a real change this time in this campaign, because usually we have seen in, when it comes to assembly elections, all parties tend to have a chief ministerial face which they project for the candidates. That's what the Congress did, it kept saying that, it will be a Kamal Nath-led government. But, the BJP was careful not to cast aside a single person as the face. And, it has kept its options open. And they have been, pretty tight-lipped up till now. Even now, maybe by the evening, and all sorts of speculations will be starting, all sorts of names will be thrown. So it would be quite an interesting wait and watch situation. Everybody's eyes will be now on the BJP to see whom they pick. So that's, BJP has this strategy of, they can put forward new names, or will they go in for tried and tested veterans? So that remains to be seen, Shivendu.
Srikanth, thank you for joining us with those updates. The Minister of Parliamentary Affairs of India, Prahlad Joshi, said people have voted for Bharatiya Janata Party's. People have voted for the BJP's positive commitment and leadership of Prime Minister Modi.
I have already reacted. People have voted for the Bharatiya Janata Party's positive commitment and Prime Minister Modi's leadership, and the very well micromanagement under the guidance of our National President and Amit Shah ji. This has worked out well, and people have rejected overall Congress Party almost in the majority of the states. Congress Party has always been giving the bogus promises. People have seen it in Karnataka, people have seen it in Himachal Pradesh. So literally they have failed. That's why they have rejected, people have rejected the Congress Party. I am very happy, especially as the in charge of Rajasthan. We have won, and we will cross 124 at least.
And reacting to BJP's bumper win in the state elections, India's INB Minister Anurag Singh Thakur hailed Prime Minister Modi's leadership and the double-engine government.
ये जीत खास है क्योंकि मोदी जी पर विश्वास है। लोगों ने कह दिया देश में एक ही गारंटी पर विश्वास है, मोदी की गारंटी चलेगी। और मोदी जी ने भी कहा मेरे लिए कोई जाति नहीं, जाति है तो युवा, महिला, किसान और गरीब, और इन सब के कल्याण के लिए काम करना है, विकास करना है। और गरीब कल्याण ने फिर करके दिखाया। मोदी जी ने जो किया, लोगों ने माना कि डबल इंजन की सरकार जैसे मध्य प्रदेश और देश में थी, उस पर छत्तीसगढ़ और राजस्थान दोनों ने ही जो साथ लगते राज्य थे विश्वास किया कि मध्य प्रदेश में कैसे काम हुआ है। अब मैं ये कहूंगा, दुनिया को भारत पर विश्वास है।
In Rajasthan, the BJP is leading in 115 seats, a major setback for the tussle-riddled Congress government, whose alliance has a lead in 70 constituencies. Former Rajasthan Chief Minister and BJP leader Vasundhara Raje has said the victory in Rajasthan Assembly election belongs to the people who have chosen BJP over Congress.
हमारे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के जो सपने को साकार करने की पूरी कोशिश करते हुए उस दिशा में मेहनत करके ये परिणाम दिलाने का काम किया है। और सबसे बड़ी बात तो ये है कि ये जीत हमारे जनता जनार्दन की है, जिसने कांग्रेस के कुराज को नकारते हुए और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के सुराज को अपनाने का काम किया है। और ये जीत 2024 में मोदी जी को फिर से देशवासियों की सेवा का अवसर देने की जीत।
And India correspondent Vishal Baristo joins us live from Jaipur with the latest developments from Rajasthan. Vishal, we understand Prime Minister Modi led BJP's campaign in Rajasthan across the other assembly elections as well. What does this win mean for the BJP in 2023, this year and next year, 24?
Well, a very good evening to you, Shubhendu. Now, before I answer to your question, let me inform our viewers that Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot would be meeting the Governor of Rajasthan at 5:30 to tender his resignation. So he has accepted the defeat, though the counting is still on. But Congress and Ashok Gehlot knows it very well that they have lost the battle. The presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, his repeated rallies and also his back-to-back road shows that started off with Bikaner and then Jaipur and also in Jodhpur. Udaipur was the rally. So these things swung a huge favor for BJP as far as the vote share was concerned, and a lot of stalwarts of Congress, they lost the battle. Bulakidas Kalla, the education minister, lost from Bikaner. CP Joshi, the speaker of the Rajasthan Assembly, lost from Nathdwara to the heir of Maharana Pratap. I beg your pardon, to the bloodline of Maharana Pratap. And then also Mamata Bhupesh, the Women Child Development Minister, also lost. And this is very unfortunate. Even in Jaipur, Pratap Singh Khachare was another cabinet minister of Ashok Gehlot, lost to a new face, Gopal Sharma, who is a journalist and also was an eveninger in Jaipur. So BJP made progress because of the infighting within the Congress party, and Prime Minister also time and again raised this issue about the infighting between Ashok Gehlot and Sachin Pilot, and he said that for 4 years they were fighting for the chair, and in the 5th year they came up with all kinds of freebies to misguide the people of the state. So yes, the victory of Rajasthan can solely be attributed to the Prime Minister of the country and also to his presence and his star campaign that was single-handedly led by Prime Minister Modi himself.
Right. Vishal, as you mentioned, infighting in the Congress seems like a big reason for the downfall in Rajasthan. More than one chief ministerial face for the Congress in the run-up to the election. On the other hand, for the BJP, there was no chief ministerial face, Prime Minister Modi leading the campaign. But now a leader will have to take up the reins of the state. Who could it be?
Well, that's $1 million question, and it is not only Rajasthan. Let me tell you, it is going to be Chhattisgarh and MP also, because it would only be Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, and the National President JP Nadda who would be deciding. But the loss of Congress at the time when the elections are already there, the finals next year, it's going to be a huge challenge for the Congress party that was looking for some kind of revival, looking at the exit polls, and they were predicting a tight contest in Rajasthan and a victory podium for Congress in Chhattisgarh. But beyond that, let me also tell you that when you ask me who's going to be the chief minister of the state, I think eyeing the elections next year, the candidate would be someone who would satisfy all the caste permutation and combination. So it would not be a big surprise if you have a person who did not even contest the state election and who could be paradopped from the top, or who could be the choice of the Prime Minister. There are some names already doing the rounds. Arjun Ram Meghwal, who is the law minister, he is also from the reserve category. He hails from Bikaner, and he was also in charge for the BJP campaign in Rajasthan. Then you have Mr. Birla, who is the Speaker of Lok Sabha. Then other names are obviously there. Vasundhara Raje is also there because she has been the chief minister for 2 times in Rajasthan. So it is going to be an interesting question to answer, who's going to lead Rajasthan as far as BJP is concerned. But mind you that it is going to be the person who will also have his impact on the upcoming elections, which is general elections next year, because 25 seats are up for grabs in Rajasthan.
There, Vishal, thanks very much for those inputs and joining us from Jaipur. Still to come on DT India News Hour. Bharatiya Janata Party has an edge in the state of Chhattisgarh as well. Congress is leading in Telangana. Investor, smart investor. Turning crisis into opportunity. Transforming ideas into action. Stories of real change. Tales of sustainable solution. This series is going to tell stories of such change makers. Watch Change Makers on DT India. This program is sponsored by IEPFA, Informed Investor, Empowered Investor, Smart Investor. Welcome back. You're watching DT India News Hour. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. On election results, Union Minister Nitin Gadkari has said people of the country have shown their mood through these election results.
राजस्थान, मध्य प्रदेश और छत्तीसगढ़, ये तीनों राज्यों में बहुत अच्छी सफलता मिली है और एक प्रकार से जनता ने मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में हमारे सरकार ने जो नीतियां अपनाई थी उसका एक प्रकार से समर्थन देकर हमें सपोर्ट किया है। इस ऐतिहासिक विजय के लिए मैं प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी का और हमारे अध्यक्ष जगत प्रसाद नड्डा जी का और विशेष रूप से अभिनंदन करता हूं, धन्यवाद देता हूं और मध्य प्रदेश, छत्तीसगढ़ और राजस्थान के सभी पार्टी के पदाधिकारी और कार्यकर्ताओं को भी उनका भी अभिनंदन करता हूं, बहुत-बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं।
In Chhattisgarh, BJP is in a comfortable lead, having raced ahead in 54 seats, while the Congress is leading in 33 seats. To form a government in the 90-member Chhattisgarh Assembly, the winning party has to bag at least 46 seats, a target that the BJP seems to be racing towards with ease. DD India correspondent Ravi Dhiman is joining us live from Raipur. Ravi, a similar strategy seems to have worked throughout the Hindi heartland for the BJP. No chief ministerial face, Prime Minister Modi-led campaign. What happened in Chhattisgarh in the manner in which BJP is racing ahead?
Well, I think Chhattisgarh, there are plenty of factors that might have worked against the Congress, and plenty of factors that have worked to favor the BJP in these elections. First of all, there were many allegations of corruption. There were scams which hogged the limelight, dogged the Chief Minister's office in Chhattisgarh. That included a betting app scam, which which was quite made the headlines here in Chhattisgarh and in the national dailies also. There were scams related to coal mining. There were scams related to procurement of cow dung from farmers, and all these scams hogged the limelight consistently over the past many years in Chhattisgarh. Apart from that, it was interesting to compare the manifestos of both the parties. Congress promised a subsidy of 500 rupees for an LPG cylinder to women, but the BJP promised LPG at 500 rupees, making a substantial, further giving some solace to the poor women by giving them cooking gas at only 500 rupees and cushioning the heavy prices of LPG. Other than that, the BJP has also announced an allowance to married women per annum. So all these factors, including making some concessions for students, all these factors have combined to make BJP and the party candidates a potent force in these elections. Apart from that, there's one interesting aspect which I've been saying since morning, is that the women voters have come out in large numbers in these elections. Out of 90 constituencies, in 50 constituencies, the women voters outnumbered the male voters, and that in a sense also shows that women have come out to vote. And perhaps when the figures come out and the detailed analysis is out, we would be able to know for sure whether the women voters coming out in large numbers tilted the scale in the favor of BJP or not. But yes, consistent policies from the center also regarding welfare of the women have been there for past many years, and in these elections the women voters have sort of made their mark, made their presence felt in more than 50% of the assembly constituencies in Chhattisgarh. As far as the leader is concerned, as we have been discussing all through the day, these elections didn't have any face. The BJP put along a united face of the party to the voters, and I think it served two purposes. It not only strengthened the party's base, coming out as a united face, and it also put a lid on the infighting that could have surfaced had any one leader been projected as the chief ministerial candidate.
Ravi, while we're talking about the individual states of Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, we also refer to this entire landmass of Hindi heartland for our viewers to understand. How significant is BJP's sweep in this region of the country, and what message does it also send to the Congress, who was hoping for some sort of a revival ahead of the big general elections?
Shubhendu, it sends a huge message. Now BJP, if you see on the political map of India, BJP is ruling Haryana, BJP is ruling UP, BJP is now in power in Rajasthan, next to Delhi, next to Haryana. BJP is now in power in Madhya Pradesh, which is next to Rajasthan, and next to Madhya Pradesh is Chhattisgarh, where it has wrested power from Congress. It is already in power in Gujarat. So if you see a map of northern India or the Hindi heartland, majority of the votes, majority of the Lok Sabha seats, BJP is ruling there. BJP has a chief minister to extend the message of Prime Minister to each and every corner, each and every village. This gives a very potent message politically. As we head to 2024 general polls, BJP has gained momentum from these elections. It has not only maintained to defy anti-incumbency in Madhya Pradesh, it has wrested two popular states of Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh from the Congress party. It's a huge momentum, it's a huge push to the BJP as it prepares for 2024 elections, and it would do it utmost to maintain this momentum going to 2024. So it's a huge, uptick for the BJP politically. As far as Congress is concerned, the bargaining power of the grand old party, I think, stands diminished after these results. You remember, we had witnessed many political scenes running up to the elections, running up to the seat sharing, where the alliance partners of INDIA were kept waiting by the Congress leaders when they went to meet them to finalize seat sharing for Madhya Pradesh. So this sort of bargaining power the Congress will not hold in the next meeting of the alliance parties. They will go into that meeting with a less diminished aura of invincibility around them, and that will have an effect on the seats that the Congress might be able to extract for itself in the 2024 elections. That might result in some rumblings within the alliance, as we say, but we'll have to wait and watch for that. The big takeaway from these elections is, as you pointed out, it's a big win for BJP going to 2024 elections. It's a huge momentum that they have gained, and they would like to hit the ground running when it comes to 2024 polls. Remember, by March first week or at the most second week, we'll have the notification for these elections. So that's not a very far away scenario.
Yes.
So all the parties immediately now politically will start preparing for these elections, and BJP will have the advantage as it heads to the national hustings.
Right there. Ravi, thanks very much for joining us with those updates from Raipur. Moving on to Telangana, counting trends show Congress crossing the majority mark of 60, while the BRS, the party in power since past 10 years, trailing second at 36 seats, is followed by the BJP. Let's take a look at other stories making news around the world. US Vice President Kamala Harris departs Dubai on Sunday, a day after committing $3 billion from the US to the Green Climate Fund at the UN COP28 Climate Summit. Biden administration on Saturday also unveiled final rules aimed at cracking down on US oil and gas industry releases of methane. Hundreds of Peruvians take to the streets of Lima on Saturday to demand the ouster of President Dina Boluarte. After reports emerge, the country's Attorney General plans to file a constitutional complaint against her over protester deaths. Protesters accuse both Boluarte and Benavides of corruption and called for justice for protesters who died. The state-owned oil giant PetroChina has said on Saturday its Changqing oil field has discovered a large-scale oil field with geological reserves of over 100 million tons in northwest China's Gansu province. One person died, 11 were missing after flash floods hit near Lake Toba in Indonesia's North Sumatra province. Around 350 people using heavy equipment were carrying out search and rescue efforts, while about 200 people had been evacuated. And return to our special coverage of the assembly election results in India across the 4 states today. DD India correspondent Aisha Khanum is joining us from Hyderabad, Telangana, where Congress has got some respite. Aisha, an important win for the Congress on a day when the BJP has swept the Hindi heartland. Help us understand, what did the contest of Telangana mean?
Well, Subhendu, it is very clear that the voters have, clearly decided their choice between, the southern India and the northern part of India. Now, below Vindhyas, which is the South India, here it looks like it is the Congress which is the first choice of the voters. And here in Telangana, the Congress has emerged as the single largest party and close to forming the government. And this was because of the anti-incumbency factor that ruled against the incumbent Chief Minister KCR. Though he was the Chief Minister for 2 terms, the people of Telangana refused to give him a 3rd term. So he was looking for a hat-trick. But the Congress, on the other hand, has, the Congress used a template that they used in the neighboring state of Karnataka, wherein they announced free guarantees. Now, freebies is one of the main cards that played in favor of Congress in Telangana as such, because this worked well in Karnataka as well. So here, freebies have been the main attraction for the voters during the campaigning. And in Telangana, BJP has also emerged. BJP in its own can say that the performance have improved, because the BJP, though we have seen have performed outstanding in the northern states, in the 3 other states, the BJP could only gain lead in double digits in Telangana as such. Remember, BJP had won only 1 seat in the last assembly election, and this time they were leading in 11 seats. So that means the BJP's presence has increased. So BJP will have to work this for the Lok Sabha elections. The BJP is eyeing the Lok Sabha elections, and this is a semi-final for the BJP. So the BJP now knows very clearly where it needs to strengthen the party hold and how it can gain more Lok Sabha seats for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections. So for Telangana right now, it is the Congress who will form the government, but it is very thin majority still. It will be a cause of concern for Congress, because the bargaining power within the party will increase now. There are several turncoats who joined from BRS to Congress, and these turncoats will demand, a very creamy portfolios. So if that is not made, the government could be in trouble. So for the Congress, the challenge has begun. And also the fact that Congress has not named the Chief Minister candidate yet, though Revanth Reddy is the popular face, and going by the success, going by the way he led this Telangana election, it looks like the first choice would be Revanth Reddy. But if the party decides to spring any surprise, it could go against the entire, the victory factor in Telangana as such. So at the moment, it is very clear Congress has consolidated in the southern states of India. That is, Karnataka was one state, and now Telangana. So with this, Congress hopes to, make its fort stronger, in these regions, because in the southern part of India, there are over 135 Lok Sabha seats which the Congress and the BJP are equally eyeing. So for both the parties, for BJP and the Congress, each southern state is important. So at the moment, the Congress walks off with a consolation of winning in Telangana, but they are confident that this will motivate the workers, and this will also propel a better victory in 2024.
Asha, thank you for joining us with those updates from Hyderabad. Still to come on DD India News Hour. US Vice President Kamala Harris sketches out US vision of the post-conflict Gaza. Philippine forces on high alert after bomb kills 4 people, wounds several others during a Catholic mass. IEPFA, informed investor, empowered investor, smart investor.
We just don't bring you the news as it unfolds. We get to the heart of the matter.
We don't just present facts. We demystify complex social, political, and economic events.
We break stories that shape the world's present and future, because you deserve the truth.
I am Tanvi Taneja from New Delhi.
I'm Ollie Barrett from London.
I'm Nick Harper from Washington, D.C.
Join us on DD India Global Monday to Friday at these times.
This program is sponsored by IEPFA, Informed Investor, Empowered Investor, Smart Investor. Welcome back. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Poised to form the government in 3 of the 4 states that went to the polls in November, BJP workers erupted in joy across the country, especially in BJP's Delhi headquarters. And DD India correspondent Dibyendu Mondal joins us live from New Delhi, from the BJP headquarters, I understand. Dibyendu, 3 out of 4 is a great score to end the day with. What is the mood at the headquarters of the BJP?
Well, Shubhendu, since the morning, here people had started to slowly come in. But as the result solidified and it was certain that the BJP is going to form government in 3 of the 4 states, people from across the national capital had started to pour in at the BJP headquarters, from some with dhols, some with bands, and some even with some even with a cycle, who had cycled from Rajasthan here to New Delhi at the BJP headquarters. He calls himself a staunch supporter of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and he had also told us that he campaigned wide across Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh on his cycle. So, the enthusiasm, the mood here, party spokespersons, senior leaders have erupted in joy here at the national capital once the results started to settle in, and it was certain that the BJP is going to form government in all, in fact, in 3 of the 4 states, and all the 3 in the Hindi heartland. So, here at the BJP headquarters, the mood is quite vibrant. The dhols were just playing. It just stopped before this broadcast. But, now the preparations are on for welcoming the Prime Minister, the Union Home Minister, Amit Shah, as well as the National President, JP Nadda, who will be addressing the workers that will come here. We are also given to understand that about 10,000 people are expected at the BJP headquarters this evening, amongst which about 60% would be women. We are also given to understand that the BJP leadership would like to thank the women voters from this podium.
I'll just stop you for a moment. There's an important tweet coming in of the Prime Minister, and he says, it's on the screen, "We bow to the Janta Janardhan. The results in Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan indicate that people of India are firmly with politics of good governance and development, which the BJP stands for." This is a tweet I'm reading out, sent by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He further says, "I thank the people of these states for their unwavering support and assure them that we will keep working tirelessly for their well-being. A special thanks," he says, "to the hard-working party Karyakartas. Each of them is exemplary. They work tirelessly and highlighted our development agenda among the people." Prime Minister Narendra Modi sending that victory tweet. 3 of the 4 state election results that were expected today, BJP has swept 3 of the states. That's a tweet that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has sent, congratulating the party workers as well as the people who repose their faith in the BJP. Dibyendu was just reading out this tweet by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Landslide victory really in Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan, and Chhattisgarh, a very, very interesting lead ahead. What is the larger messaging? It was seen as a semi-final to the big general election next year. What does the result today mean for the BJP as well as the Congress, who struggled hard?
Well, Shubhendu, this is perhaps a semi-final, as you rightly called, before the general elections next year. The BJP, which, many had said that was losing popularity in the Hindi heartland, this election result is answer to all those critique who were critiquing the popularity of the BJP in the Hindi heartland. You see all the 3 states in the Hindi heartland has been swept by the BJP. Even Chhattisgarh, which many ruled out that it would go to the BJP, the BJP made a surprise victory even in Chhattisgarh. What the BJP leaders have been telling us is that, this will instill confidence not only in these particular states where the BJP has won, and also in several other states where BJP is trying to make inroads. For example, the BJP, this will instill confidence in the BJP in West Bengal. Many also say that, the result in Telangana, where the BJP has secured somewhere about 13% of vote share, where the party was virtually non-existent about 5 to 7 years back. So these amount of these kind of vote shares in the states where BJP is trying to make inroads, and this result just before the 2024 elections is, of course, going to boost the morale and the spirit of all the party workers. And having said this, the Congress, which was trying to leverage the alliance, the larger India alliance, here will now come on a back foot, because their bargaining power would reduce, because they were banking upon the fact that they could win these 3, in fact maybe 3 out of these 4 states, and they could leverage the other smaller parties and other alliance partners in the opposition bloc. But given the result that it got today, the Congress would perhaps be on a back foot today, and many would run to their drawing boards now in the opposition to redraw their strategies, and how the opposition bloc from now on will have to rethink about their strategies, about the alliance, and about the seat sharing in the next general election, which is due in about March, April next year.
Dibyendu, thank you for joining us with those updates from New Delhi. Moving on to some other stories. Philippine forces were on high alert on Sunday after a bomb killed 4 people, wounded several others during a Catholic mass at a university gymnasium in the south of the country. An attack the authorities call Islamist terrorism. The blast occurred in Marawi, a city besieged by pro-Islamic State militants for 5 months in 2017. Urging calm, Marcos posted on the platform X that he had instructed National Police and the armed forces to ensure the protection and safety of civilians and security of affected and vulnerable communities. Army Major General called the attack in Mindanao State University a terror act. Speaking to the reporters, says explosive disposal experts were deployed. U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris on Saturday laid out American objectives for post-conflict situation in Gaza, delivering her remarks at a news conference on the sidelines of the COP28 summit in Dubai. Harris stressed out that once the war ends, the efforts to rebuild should be pursued with a view towards the goal of a 2-state solution in which Israel and Palestinians live in peace.
Further, we have been clear: the Palestinians have a right to dignity and self-determination, and Israelis and Palestinians must enjoy equal measures of prosperity and freedom. They also all deserve a sense of safety and security, and a 2-state solution then remains the best path, we believe, toward a durable peace.
And the BJP has recorded emphatic win in 3 of the 4 states whose results are coming today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has sent out another tweet message. It's on the screen. He says, "My dear sisters and brothers of Telangana, thank you for your support to the BJP. Over the last few years, this support has only been increasing, and this trend will continue in the times to come. Our bond with Telangana is unbreakable. We will keep working for the people. I also appreciate industrious efforts of each and every BJP Karyakarta." Prime Minister Narendra Modi speaking directly to the people of Telangana. Interestingly, Telangana is the state that the Congress seems to have wrestled out and taken a lead in. There, Prime Minister Narendra Modi thanking everyone in the state for their participation, particularly the BJP workers in the assembly elections. And that's a tweet by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He speaks directly to the people of Telangana. He says, My dear sisters and brothers of Telangana, thank you for your support to the BJP. Over the last few years, the support has only been increasing, and this trend will continue in the times to come. Our bond with Telangana is unbreakable. We will keep working for the people. I also appreciate the industrious efforts of each and every BJP Karyakarta. Tweet message sent by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, an important day for the BJP, having scored a win rate of 3 out of 4 states. Interestingly, Telangana is the state that appears to have been won by the Congress, who's maintaining a steady lead there. Other than that, the 3 Hindi heartland states, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, BJP has made a remarkable victory march there. Returning to international stories, North Korea's reconnaissance satellite operation office began its mission as a military intelligence organization. The office, organized at the Pyongyang General Control Center of National Aerospace Technology Administration, started to discharge its mission on Saturday. Will report acquired information to the Reconnaissance Bureau at the Army and other major units. North Korea says it successfully launched its first military spy satellite on November 21st, transmitting photos of the White House, the Pentagon, US military bases, and target regions in South Korea. Venezuelans are preparing to cast their votes in a referendum on the country's historical claim over the Essequibo region, an area controlled by neighboring Guyana. The Essequibo is an oil-producing area claimed by both the countries. With today's consultation, the government of Venezuela is trying to take a step forward in the creation of a Venezuelan state within the disputed territory. DD India's Latin American correspondent, Mary Trini Mena, has more details on the story.
The territorial dispute goes back to the late 1800s, when the former British colony Guyana demarcated its territory. Venezuela argued they illegally expanded their border and took land that belonged to Venezuela. Despite the international arbitration that has taken place for over 100 years, Venezuela has continued to claim about 2/3 of modern Guyana as its own. Since then, the territory has been administered by Guyana and claimed by Venezuela. In the referendum, Venezuela is asking their citizens to answer 5 questions concerning the border dispute, including to create a Venezuelan state within the Essequibo region, and also to grant Venezuelan citizenship to the region's residents. Guyana says the referendum poses a threat. The border dispute has gained importance in the last decade after the government of Guyana approved the extraction of oil in the claimed area. The American oil and gas multinational ExxonMobil is in charge of the facilities in the contested region. On Friday, the International Court of Justice ordered Venezuela to refrain from taking any action which would modify the current situation. Guyana has administered the disputed territory for over 100 years, but Venezuela does not recognize the court jurisdiction on the long-standing controversy, saying the judges are biased in favor of Guyana. Brazil, which shares a border with Guyana and Venezuela, has increased its military presence in the area. Mary Trini Mena in Caracas, reporting for DD India.
1 person was killed, 2 others injured after a man with a previous conviction attacked tourists in central Paris near Eiffel Tower on Saturday. The man attacked a tourist couple with a knife, mortally wounding a German national. He also attacked 2 other people with a hammer before being arrested.
What we know about the assailant is that he is a French, born in France, born in 1997. He is known to the Department of Justice. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison for another conviction. That's the information that I have at the moment, which I am talking about, and that he carried out.
The United Nations Security Council has voted to end its political mission of a few hundred people dedicated to ending the civil war in Sudan. 14 of the Council's 15 members adopted the resolution to terminate the mandate of the UN Integrated Transition Assistance Mission in Sudan. As of Sunday, Russia abstained. DD India's Isaac Lucando gets us more.
The shutdown of the UN mission follows a request from Sudan's acting foreign minister a month ago. UNITAMS is accused of favoring one of two feuding political groups in the country, prompting the request. Established in 2020, its role was to support Sudan's democratic transition following the ouster of the country's former president, Omar al-Bashir. The vote to withdraw the mission comes on the back of an ongoing civil war. UN figures show that over 5,000 lives have already been lost, with over 5 million people displaced. Pending the departure of the mission staff, UN Security Council members have stressed that Sudanese authorities take responsibility for their safety. And despite the mission's closure, a UN country team will continue to oversee the distribution of humanitarian and development aid. Nearly half of Sudan's population, about 25 million people, still require assistance. Isaac Lucando in Dar es Salaam, reporting for DD India.
Former U.S. President Donald Trump took aim at President Joe Biden as well as his Republican rivals at a campaign rally in Iowa on Saturday. Trump said he got indicted because he was questioning what he says a crooked election. Trump has repeatedly sought to delay the cases against him until after November 5th, 2024 elections.
I got indicted 4 times because I'm questioning a crooked election. But we're not questioning it. We know the results. We know it. And when we go through courts, if we ever even have to do it, because you have presidential privilege and also we should never have to do that. But if we do, we want to redo the election only from the standpoint, we want that election, we want to look at it very carefully. We have so much information. There was so much corruption in that election.
Gunmen attacked a bus near the town of Chilas in northern Pakistan, killing 8 passengers, injuring at least 15. A spokesperson for the regional government says militants had opened fire on the bus on Saturday evening and the wounded had been taken to a local hospital. The regional government's interior minister told news conference in Gilgit that the gunmen fired at a bus from Hills. No group immediately claimed responsibility for the attack. The motive for the shooting was not clear. Let's now take a look at other stories making news. President of India, Draupadi Murmu, paid floral tributes to first President of India, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, on his birth anniversary at Rashtrapati Bhavan today. Parts of Tamil Nadu continue to witness heavy rainfall in the wake of an alert over cyclone Michang. India Met Department on Sunday upgraded the outlook for the cyclone over the southwest Bay of Bengal. Meanwhile, remaining part of the state might witness thunderstorms and lightning. Several parts of India's capital, New Delhi, shrouded in haze as pollution levels go up. Roads and buildings were shrouded in smog. Air quality index recorded air quality at 223, putting it in the very unhealthy category. Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra was organized in Odisha's district of Kalahandi. People welcomed the awareness vehicle, watched short films. Beneficiaries of the government schemes participated in the Meri Zubani, Meri Kahani program and expressed their experience. You're watching DD India News Hour. Time for all the action from the world of sports. India and Australia will battle it out in the final match of the 5-match T20 series in southern city of Bengaluru. Men in blue have already won the series 3-1. However, Team India would like to carry forward their winning streak. They would like to win the concluding match before the South Africa T20 series that begins on December 10th. With the series already sealed, the Indian management might look to test the bench strength. On the other hand, the relatively inexperienced Australian side will be determined to depart from the Indian shores on a winning note. India has played 6 matches at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. They won 2 matches, lost 3, 1 game concluded with no result. Host Germany will take on Scotland in the inaugural match of the Euro Championship in 2024 in Munich, while defending champions Italy will be in the same group as Spain. 3-time champions Germany will start the 1-month tournament in Munich on June 14th, with the final on July 14th in Berlin. The draw was held in Hamburg. The hosts qualified automatically and 20 teams advanced through the European qualifiers. 3 teams are still unknown will come through the playoffs in March. The top 2 in each of the 6 Euro 2024 groups proceed to the round of 16, along with 4 best third-place finishers. Germany will also play Hungary and Switzerland in Group A. Germany manager Julian Nagelsmann said that it's not a group of death, but a very strong group.
Well, a good group, not a group of death. There are 2 other groups for that. We can look forward to great matches in Germany. 3 teams that have performed very well, especially Switzerland and Scotland in their qualification games, where they have left some teams behind quite unexpectedly. The opening match against the Scots in Munich will be very emotional for both sides. The Germans and the Scots, with great fans, with a very emotional style of football, deep defense and long passes.
And Real Madrid returned to the top of La Liga with a comfortable 2-0 victory over struggling Granada. Los Blancos started the day in first place but dropped to second for a matter of hours after Girona's earlier 2-1 win over Valencia. Germany midfielder Toni Kroos provided an excellent pass to the setup Brahim Diaz for the opener on 26 minutes. The win was secured after 57 minutes when Rodrigo powered home the rebound after Jude Bellingham's shot was saved. Carlo Ancelotti's side have now won 5 consecutive games in all competitions and are unbeaten at Bernabeu this season, despite missing a host of players including Vinicius Jr., Luka Modric, Eduardo Camavinga through injury. And that's all for this edition of DD India News Hour. Let us know your thoughts on news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X and Instagram. We're also there on YouTube. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. From all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India News Hour. Namaskar.